Welcome back. Let's cross live now to Storm captain Harry Grant, who's looking fit and ready to go. Harry, how's the off-season been? And surely you're keen to get on the field.
G'day guys. Yeah, it was pretty short off-season, but the season's come around even quicker, and I think everyone's pretty eager to get out there and get amongst it. It was good to see some footy in Vegas on the weekend too. You
said it was a short off-season, I'm assuming, because you went on the tour with the Ashes team and Gordy is sitting next to me. How was that?
Yeah, it was good. Gordy's one of the best assistant coaches I've ever had. So,
okay, what did he teach you?
Taught me a lot that hopefully... Taught me a lot. Hopefully I can put it into play this year.
Thanks, Harry. Cheers, I love you. Hey, but just on the serious side, Melbourne Storm, they have a fantastic record in round one. What do you put that down to? What's your secret?
Yeah, it's sort of become a bit of a thing over the years, but I think the result's a little bit of an outcome in terms of how hard we sort of train throughout the preseason and, you know, making sure we're ready to go round one, and then it sort of becomes a bit of a badge of honour to make sure you represent all the old boys that have featured in those games and, keep that alive. But, yeah, like I said, I think there's not too much attention that goes towards it. Obviously address it. It's going to be there, but, get back to what we need to do to play good footy.
Harry, Paul Crawley here, mate. You talk about being ready to go for round one. Can you take us back to the heartbreak of losing back-to-back grand finals and how you guys have picked yourself up since then to be ready to go again and do it a third time? Because history almost shows you that it's very hard for teams to do that. Yet when you look at the quality of the players in your team, you expect us to be there again. But how have you dealt with that disappointment to bounce back?
Hey, Crawls. Yeah, I think it's probably been two very different opportunities, two different games, and, learn a whole lot out of both of them respectfully. And I think the one thing that's, really motivating and has lit a fire in a lot of the bellies of guys is that it's a fresh start. You say that every year, but our squad's very fresh. There's been a bit of changeover. There's a fair few guys that have come in and they're training NRL every day for the first time, and they're offering a real buzz around the group. And some of the boys even said the other day, he said, "How good's this? We're getting paid to have a massage." So just that sort of fresh feel amongst the group, and that's what it's all about. And yeah, it's a new journey, and yeah, it's a clean slate again.
Harry, have you identified anything specifically, though? I mean, I don't want to harp on it, but you got so close. But is there anything that you guys have identified that you just need to be better or get to a certain level in one department that's going to get you that premiership win?
I think something that sort of reared its head throughout last season was probably a consistency, and that's something that Craig always speaks about. And you probably heard him talk about throughout the year in terms of us not being as consistent as he would have liked. And I feel like that probably showed throughout the back end of the year and then ultimately throughout the grand final. And, just a lapse of being consistent in our performance in a game. And, that sort of at the end of the day cost us, and that goes through the week and then into the game. So that's probably a main thing, and that's probably something that Craig's going to drive, that he has driven for, all his time as a head coach.
Harry, Dave Riccio here. You spoke about freshness in the squad before, and there's one player I think we're all keen to see how he goes in the NRL in a full-time spot, and that's Su'Fa'alongo. He's filling huge shoes in Ryan Pappenhausen. Tell us how your connection with him will be, and also to the key, obviously, his key connection in the spine with the two halves.
Hey, mate. Sua's had a really good preseason. I think the good thing for him and for a lot of us around him is that he's sort of seen the opportunity that's in front of him, and he's really gone after it. He hasn't shied away and hasn't just expected it to happen for him. He's turned up every day, with a real want to work hard, get better, and I think if he has that throughout his training, throughout his process, routine throughout the year, then we can see some good performances from him. But I think it's hard to sort of have high expectations of him and just sort of, as long as he's doing the little things well for us as a team, then fingers crossed we can see some of his X factor come to life. But yeah, he's got a pretty good mentor with Billy at the moment, and he's learned off Paps over the last few years. So yeah, looking forward to playing alongside him.
Harry, what about the coach? Every year it's like Groundhog Day with Craig Bellamy when he's talking about will he take another year with his contract, and it drags on and it's every year. But this year, he surprised us all by coming out and saying, well, he's going to sign up for another 2 years. We did a podcast with Cooper Cronk over the summer where I asked him about this, and he thought if Craig had won the comp last year, he may well have retired. But it's like he set himself a new challenge here. Do you see it that way? Did it surprise you to see Craig come out and take a 2-year extension straight up?
Yeah, maybe he looked at the bank account and it was looking pretty healthy, so he could probably just do the club a bit of a favour and just go for 2. But yeah, I think I probably wasn't really sure, to be fair. I didn't really know, but at the end of the day, he still loves it. He's so good at it, and if he's still got the passion and the drive to do it, then we want him to be our coach. And I think it's just a good sign for the club that he's committed for a few years. It can give a lot of people around stability to, stay put or get a few new signings. And, there's still a few things that I'm sure they're working out. But, yeah, it's good to have him on board for a couple of years.
Good on you, Harry. You're a legend. We love you. We appreciate you coming on the show, and good luck this year.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
There he is, Harry Grant. You won't meet a nicer bloke. He's an absolute warhorse. He's a competitor too, right? But he's so good to... You would have worked with him on the tour.
Yeah, so professional. Just one. He had me. Can I throw a couple of passes? It was about 100. This is before the game. My hands were so sore. And if he missed the spot, seriously, if he missed the spot, start again.